Hello, dear soul. If you're watching this video, it's not by chance. There's a greater force that brought you here because your soul is crying out for answers that the outside world can't give you. Are you one of those people who feels deep relief when you get home, who cancels social commitments without feeling guilt, who would prefer 1,000 times a quiet night in your corner than being in the middle of a crowd? Then you need to hear what I have to reveal to you today. Because what you've always thought was a social limitation or a personality problem is actually one of the clearest signs that you are a soul chosen for something much greater than you imagine. I know exactly how you feel. I know the constant pressure you face to be more sociable, to go out more, to enjoy life the way others define what it means to enjoy. I know the exhaustion that hits when you force an energy that isn't yours, the feeling of playing a role that doesn't match your essence. And I also know the guilt you carry for preferring the peace of your home to the chaos of the outside world. But today, I want you to understand a truth that will completely change how you see this nature of yours. You're not running away from life. You're being called to a much deeper and more meaningful life. Your preference for staying home isn't weakness, it's divine protection. It's not isolation, it's sacred preparation. And today, we're going to unveil together the 6 most powerful truths about who you really are and why your soul chose this path of retreat. Leave a comment here if you also feel this way, because I want you to know that you're not alone in this journey. The first truth I need to reveal to you is that your home isn't just a place where you live. It's your spiritual sanctuary, your sacred temple, where your energy regenerates and where you can connect with the divine without interference. Think for a moment. When you're at home, don't you feel like you can finally breathe? Like an invisible armor is removed from your shoulders. This happens because your soul recognizes that it has arrived at its sacred space, where external frequencies can't reach you. You, as a chosen one, possess extremely sharp spiritual sensitivity, and your home functions as a protective shield against the dense and chaotic energies of the outside world. It's there that you can hear your inner voice, receive divine insights, and recharge your vital energy. Each room in your house becomes an altar where you can meditate, reflect, and connect with greater purposes. It's no wonder you feel so good there. It's because your soul recognizes that it has arrived at the place where it can be authentically you, without masks, without performances, just in your purest essence. The second truth is even deeper. You're living a divine season of preparation, similar to what great spiritual masters and prophets experienced throughout history. Remember Jesus in the desert for 40 days, Moses on Mount Sinai, Buddha under the Bodhi tree. They all went through periods of retreat before emerging with a transformative mission for humanity. You're in that same process now. God is preparing you privately for something you can't even fully imagine yet. This need of yours to stay home isn't laziness or lack of motivation. It's a divine call for a period of spiritual gestation. During this phase, you're being molded, refined, and equipped with gifts and wisdom that will be essential for your future mission. It's as if you're in a private spiritual school where the universe itself is your teacher, and the lessons can only be learned in the quietude and silence of your home. Each day you spend at home is one more day of preparation for the moment when you'll emerge with a light so bright that it will impact the lives of many people. The third truth will shock you. Your reluctance to leave home is actually divine spiritual protection against energies that could contaminate your spiritual purity and hinder your development. Have you noticed how drained you feel after spending time in very busy places? How some people seem to suck your energy just by being near you? This happens because you're like a spiritual sponge, absorbing the emotions, thoughts, and energies of everyone around you. The Holy Spirit is protecting you from these negative influences, creating in you a natural resistance to environments that could harm your spiritual evolution. When you feel that inexplicable desire to return home, it's not social anxiety, it's your divine intuition alerting you to energies that aren't beneficial for you at this moment. You're being protected from conversations that could plant seeds of doubt in your mind, from situations that could divert you from your purpose, from people who could drain the energy you need for your mission. This protection is a divine gift, a sign that you're too precious to be exposed to anything that could diminish your light. The fourth truth is truly extraordinary. Many of your supernatural gifts manifest with much greater intensity in the privacy of your home. Have you had prophetic dreams at home? Have you felt spiritual presences or received powerful insights during moments of quietude? Have you had experiences of healing, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual, when you were alone in your sacred space? This isn't coincidence. Your home has become a spiritual portal where the veil between the physical and spiritual worlds is thinner. It's there that you can access higher dimensions of consciousness, receive divine revelations, and develop abilities that many people don't even know exist. Maybe you have the gift of intercession, and your prayers at home move mountains in the spiritual world. Maybe you're a healer, and your healing energy amplifies when you're in your sacred environment. Or maybe you're a visionary and receive divine downloads about the future when you're in the tranquility of your home. Your gifts need this protected environment to flourish completely, away from the interference and distractions of the outside world. The fifth truth will free your soul from generations of conditioning. You're breaking generational patterns of dependence on external validation and the compulsive need to please others. How many generations of your family lived seeking constant approval from others? How many of your ancestors sacrificed their inner peace to fit into social patterns that didn't make sense for their souls? You were chosen to break this chain. Your preference for staying home is a declaration of spiritual independence, an affirmation that you don't need anyone's approval to be happy and fulfilled. You're learning to find your identity and worth in God, not in people's opinions. You're discovering that true joy comes from within, not from social events or external recognition. This is a lesson that many souls take several incarnations to learn, and you're mastering it in this lifetime. You're becoming an example for the next generations of your lineage, showing that it's possible to be happy and complete without depending on the energy or approval of other people. The sixth truth is the most powerful of all. You're being elevated to a higher spiritual frequency, and this process requires temporary isolation so you can fully integrate this new vibration. Imagine a radio being tuned to a more refined station. During the tuning process, there are moments of silence and necessary adjustments. That's exactly what's happening to you. Your soul is being calibrated to operate at a higher frequency, a purer and more powerful vibration. This spiritual upgrade can't happen amid the noise and distractions of the outside world. It needs the silence, quietude, and peace that only your home can provide. During this process, you may feel profound changes in your values, priorities, and life perspectives. Things that once interested you may seem superficial now. People who were once part of your circle may no longer resonate with your new frequency. This is normal and necessary. You're preparing to operate at a completely new spiritual level where your influence and impact will be exponentially greater. When this process is complete, you'll emerge as a transformed version of yourself, radiating a light that will naturally attract the right people and divine opportunities to your life. Do you see how each experience from your childhood was already preparing you for this moment? Remember those times when you preferred to play alone, creating rich and complex imaginary worlds? Or when you felt different from other children, as if you could see things they couldn't see? These were early signs that you were special, that your soul carried a unique mission. In adolescence, when you felt displaced in large groups or preferred deep conversations to superficial ones, your soul was already preparing for this phase of sacred retreat. Every time you felt misunderstood or different, you were actually being molded to be exactly who you are today, a chosen soul that doesn't conform to the superficiality of the world, that seeks meaning and purpose in everything you do. Now, in your adult life, this preference for staying home has intensified because the time for your final preparation has arrived. You're not wasting time or missing opportunities. You're investing in the development of your soul in a way that few can understand. Each moment of quietude is a moment of spiritual growth. Each day at home is one more day of preparation for the mission that awaits you. You're learning to hear God's voice without the interference of the world, to discern between your divine intuition and others' opinions, to trust in your soul's wisdom even when it goes against social expectations. Your extreme sensitivity, which many may see as weakness, is actually your spiritual superpower. You can feel the energies of environments and people in a way that most cannot. You can perceive when something isn't aligned, when a situation isn't beneficial for you, when a person doesn't have good intentions. This sensitivity is a divine gift that protects and guides you, but it needs to be honored and respected. When you force your presence in environments that your soul rejects, you're going against your own inner wisdom. When you embrace your need to stay home, you're honoring this gift and allowing it to develop even further. Think of all the great spiritual masters and transformational leaders in history. Most of them went through significant periods of retreat and preparation before emerging with their missions. They understood that true strength comes from silence, that the deepest wisdom is found in solitude, that the most powerful gifts are developed away from the gazes and judgments of the world. You're following this same sacred path, and that's something to be celebrated, not questioned. Your home has become your personal monastery, your private ashram, your sacred temple where you can connect with the divine without distractions. It's there that you receive your deepest revelations, where your prayers are most powerful, where your energy is completely renewed. Each room in your house has a special energy because it has been impregnated with your sacred intentions, your meditations, your connections with the divine. You have created, even without consciously realizing it, a sacred space where miracles can happen and where your soul can flourish completely. And you know what's most incredible? You're not alone in this journey. There are thousands of other chosen souls around the world living this same process of sacred retreat. You are a special generation called to elevate humanity's consciousness, and each one is preparing in their own personal sanctuary for the right moment to emerge and fulfill their missions. When that moment comes, you'll recognize each other mutually, connect naturally, and work together to create a more conscious, more loving, and more spiritually evolved world. Your journey of staying home isn't an end in itself. It's preparation for an extraordinary beginning. It's as if you're in a spiritual chrysalis, going through a profound metamorphosis that will transform you into something much more beautiful and powerful than you've ever been. And just as the butterfly needs the necessary time inside the cocoon to form completely, you need this time at home for your transformation to be complete and perfect. So the next time someone questions your preference for staying home, remember that you're on a sacred mission of preparation. You're not running away from life. You're preparing to live an extraordinary life. You're not missing opportunities. You're being prepared for opportunities much greater than anything the outside world could offer you now. You are chosen, and your journey is unique, sacred, and perfectly orchestrated by the divine. Now that you understand these profound truths about your nature as a chosen one, the time has come to fully embrace this sacred season and transform it into the most powerful period of your life. The first step is to stop fighting against your essence and start honoring this divine call to retreat. Create sacred rituals in your home. Establish specific times for meditation, prayer, or simply being in silence with the divine. Transform a corner of your house into a personal altar where you can light candles, burn incense, and connect with higher energies. Dedicate time to journaling, writing your revelations, dreams, and insights you receive during this preparation phase. Drastically reduce your exposure to social media and negative news that only serve to contaminate your pure energy. Instead, nourish your soul with spiritual content, sacred books, music that elevates your vibration, and practices that strengthen your connection with the divine. Remember, every moment you invest in your spiritual growth is an investment in the mission that awaits you. The second fundamental aspect is learning to discern when your soul is calling you to stay home versus when it's just resistance based on fear. The difference is in the sensation. When it's a divine call, you feel peace, relief, and a sense of being in the right place. When it's resistance based on fear, you feel anxiety, guilt, and a sense of running away. Practice the art of listening to your intuition without judgment. If your soul is asking to stay home, honor that completely. If it's calling you to specific action in the outside world, trust and follow that guidance. Develop daily communication with your inner voice through meditation, prayer, or simply moments of contemplative silence. The more you practice this inner listening, the clearer the difference becomes between divine guidance and human resistance. Your intuition is your spiritual GPS, and it will never lead you to the wrong place when you learn to trust it completely. Understand that the challenges and resistances you may encounter, whether from family members who don't understand your need to stay home, or from society that pressures you to be more sociable, are actually spiritual tests to strengthen your conviction and faith in your unique path. When people question your choices, see this as an opportunity to practice the art of not justifying yourself to those who can't understand your spiritual journey. You don't need to convince anyone about the validity of your path. You just need to live your truth with authenticity and love. Develop simple and loving phrases to respond to criticism. I'm in a phase of great personal growth and need this time at home, or I'm honoring what my soul is asking for at this moment. Remember that people who truly love you will respect your choices, even if they don't fully understand them. The fourth crucial element is transforming your home into a true spiritual sanctuary that completely supports your preparation mission. This goes far beyond decoration. It's about creating an energetic environment that nourishes your soul. Regularly purify the environments with sage, palo santo, or sacred incense. Keep plants that purify the air and elevate the space's vibration. Create specific areas for different spiritual practices. A corner for meditation, a space for spiritual reading, an area for gentle exercises like yoga or tai chi. Eliminate or minimize objects that carry heavy energies or negative memories. Fill your home with symbols, images, and objects that connect you with the sacred and remind you of your divine mission. Your home should be a physical reflection of the transformation happening in your soul. Finally, consciously prepare for the moment when you'll be called to emerge and share your gifts with the world. This period of retreat isn't permanent, it's preparation for a greater mission. Start documenting everything you're learning, all the revelations you're receiving, all the gifts being activated in you. Develop your spiritual abilities through courses, books, and practices that resonate with your soul. Connect virtually with other chosen souls going through the same process. You can support each other even from a distance. Stay open to divine signs that will indicate when the time has come to expand your influence beyond the walls of your house. When that moment arrives, you'll know without a shadow of doubt, because your soul will be completely prepared and eager to fulfill its mission in the world. Until then, continue honoring this sacred period of preparation, knowing that each day at home is one more day of spiritual equipment for the extraordinary journey that awaits you. Dear chosen soul, we've reached the end of this transformative revelation, but actually, this is just the beginning of your conscious journey as a divine being in preparation. Today, you discovered that your preference for staying home isn't a limitation, but rather a sacred calling. You understood that your extreme sensitivity is a spiritual gift, that your need for solitude is divine protection, and that this period of retreat is preparation for an extraordinary mission that will impact the lives of many people. You're not different by chance, you're different by purpose. Your soul chose this path of silent preparation because you have something unique and powerful to offer the world, something that can only be developed in the sacred quietude of your home. Always remember this fundamental truth. You are chosen, a rare soul that was divinely selected to elevate humanity's consciousness. Your light is necessary in this world, your gifts are unique and irreplaceable, and your mission is sacred. Don't allow anyone to diminish the value of your journey or question the validity of your path. You are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to do. Trust the divine process that is molding you. Honor your need to stay home as an act of spiritual obedience, and prepare for the glorious moment when you'll emerge as a completely transformed version of yourself, radiating a light that will naturally attract the right people and divine opportunities to your life. Now I need your active participation in this sacred community of chosen ones. Leave a comment telling which of the 6 truths most touched your heart and how you feel after discovering that your introspective nature is actually a divine calling. Share this video with someone you know who is also chosen and needs to hear this message of validation and empowerment. It could be that friend or family member who also prefers staying home and has been judged for it. Subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive more revelations about your journey as a chosen one, because we have many more powerful truths to unveil together. And if you feel you're ready to connect with other chosen ones and deepen your spiritual preparation even further, consider becoming a member of our exclusive community, where we share deeper insights and create a support network among souls living this same sacred journey of preparation. Remember, you're not alone in this walk, and together we are stronger. May God abundantly bless your journey, dear chosen soul, and may your light continue shining brighter and brighter during this sacred period of preparation. Until our next meeting,